Hello students, welcome back once again to the forum of JCE Connect. And today's session I am going to solve again a simple problems over design of compression members. Okay, in the last sessions we had discussed with the problems over strut members, that is single angle strut, double angle strut. Okay, so in today's session we will learn again the problems, but in today's session we are not going to discuss about the strut member, but we are going to discuss about a simple column design. Okay, so I'll read out the problem. Okay, design a column 3.5 meter long subjected to factored load of 550 kilonewton. Both the ends of the sections are effectively restrained in directions and position. Okay, both the ends are effectively restrained in direction and position. Use steel grade of Fe410. Okay, so this is regarding the given data. Okay, so here this is important. Effectively restrained in direction and position means both ends are fixed. Neither it is the effectively restrained in direction as well as position, means neither rotate or neither move. Restrained in direction, neither it will rotate, or position means neither it will move. So both ends are fixed. Okay, so this is we have to understood. Okay, so here I will note down the given data first. So L is given as 3.5 meter total, the length of the column. Then the P is given as 550 kilonewton. Okay, and the end condition is both ends are fixed. Both ends are fixed. Okay, understood. So after that, as I told you in the first session of design of column, okay, that for I section you have to assume, I think I will show you once again. Okay, for I section, if you are using for design of compression members, the design compressive stress FCD is assumed as per following. Okay, so if you are using a rolled steel I section, you have to use 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. The value of a rolled I section, you have to use 130 to 145 Newton per mm square, the value of FCD. Okay, so I'll write here for I section. Assuming design compressive stress is equal to 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. But to assume 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. Okay. So I'll take, so therefore I'll take stress is equal to, I'll assume stress is equal to 135 Newton per mm square. I'll assume the value of stress as 135 Newton per mm square. Okay, so therefore area required is equal to P divided by stress, this is named A, so that is 550 divided by stress is 135 this is into 10 to 3. So we have to select a section of area 4074 mm square. So you have to select a section of area having more than 4074 mm square. Okay. So then you have to refer steel table for selecting an eye section of 4074. Okay. So when you design a single eye section, my suggestion is choose ISHB only. So I can write here a note. Always select ISHB as column section. Always you have to select ISHB for column section. You can choose ISMB, ISLB for beam section. When you want to design beam, that time you can choose ISHB, ISMB. But for column, you try always ISHB section. Okay, understood? So then, so I'll select from steel table select. So I have selected ISHB 150 at 339.4 Newton per meter. So this is the self fit of ISHB 150. So for that, I'll note down the properties. Area is equal to 4408 mm square. RXX is equal to 60.9 mm. RYY is equal to 33.5 mm. So therefore R minimum is 33.5 mm. Okay, so therefore the slenderness ratio lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. Okay, so as I told you, the both ends are fixed, so the effective length factor K, if you go back and check in the IS 800, okay, so the value of K is given as 6.65. The value of K is given as 0.65 for the column. Both ends are fixed. Okay, I'll show you. You can check here. When the both ends are fixed, the effective length KL is given as 0.65 L. So the effective length factor for when the column is, or the both ends of the column is fixed, so you have to use as 0.65 L. Okay, so this same you have to refer for other end conditions of the columns. Okay, so then other properties of a column, here it is given as, okay, here ISHB 150 at 339.4. we can see here ISHB 150, there are three types of columns are there. Okay, so here it is get you have to check based on the self fit 265.9, 300.2, 339.4. so according to this you have to bifurcate. So our section is ISHB 150 at 339.4 Newton per meter. So the properties are, you can note down here, we have the area is 4408 mm square. Okay, then we have the radius of gyration is 60.9 and 33.5. so this is in mm, so 6.09 centimeter means 60.9 and 33.5 mm. Okay, so the R minimum is RYY, that is 33.5. so we have noted down that. So then so we'll move on with this. So then for buckling class, you have to find out buckling class. No, for buckling class, we want h by bf, so h is 150 and breadth of the flange is also 150. You can refer from steel table. So this is 1, and the thickness of flange is 9 mm, okay, which is less than 40 mm. So wait, I'll show you here. We can check here. Okay, so here for I section, this section, so you have to refer table number 10 for buckling glass. Okay, so this is I section. So according to I section, okay, we have this ratio h by bf more than equal to 1 by 2 or less than equal to 1.2. okay, so in our case we have got h by bf as 1. okay, h by bf as 1, so which is less than or equal to 1.2. h by bf less than or equal to 1.2. But again we have to check the thickness of flange is here, so which is less than or equal to 100. So in these two we have to refer first. It will be again divided whether the thickness of flange less than or equal to 100 mm or more than 100 mm. So it is less than or equal to 100 mm, so we have to refer between ZZ and YY. okay, this we don't have to refer this. okay, you have to refer only these two, ZZ and YY. So how to get whether it is ZZ or YY? You have to refer R minimum. So whether RZZ is minimum or RYY is minimum, we have to check that. So in our case RYY is minimum, so therefore our class is C. okay, so in our case, so RYY is minimum, so because of that our buckling class is C. So the buckling class is C. okay, so we have to note down that. okay, so therefore buckling class is equal to C. Therefore buckling class is equal to C. Should. So then therefore referring table number 9C, referring table number 9C, Fy is equal to 250 Newton per meter square. So you have to go back again table number 9C with respect to referring Fy 250 Newton per meter square. So we have to find out FCD for that, because our ratio KL by R minimum, I'll calculate here, lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. So KL is 0.65 times the length of the column is 3500, R minimum is 33.5, so this equal to 67.91. okay, 67.91. so with respect to that, by referring table number 9C, we got FCD equal to, FCD is equal to 155.34 Newton per mm square. okay, so therefore PCD is equal to FCD into AP. okay, so FCD is 155.34 into 4408, so we will get it as 684.75 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, or 684.75 kilonewton, which is more than 550 kilonewton. So therefore okay, our section is safe in this, that is to carry a load of 550 kilonewton. Whatever section we have selected, that section is safe to carry a load of 550 kilonewton. okay, so we'll solve one more problem now. okay, so I'll read out this statement here. So design column to support a factored load of 1050 kilonewton. The column has an effective length of 5 meter. Use grade of steel as Fe14. So again same. Okay, so I'll note on the given data. So L is given as 5 meter. So direct the effective length LE, right? Effective length given as 5 meter, and the load P is given as 1050 kilonewton. These are the given data to be designed for that. Okay. So again, for I section, you have to assume FCD ranges from 130 to 145 Newton per mm square, as I told you in the previous problem. So here in this case we will assume FCD is equal to 130 Newton per mm square. Okay, we will assume 130 Newton per mm square. Okay, so therefore area required is 1050 into 10⁻³ divided by 130. Let's calculate. So you have to select a section of area 8076 mm square. Okay, now area more than 8076. Okay, so again from shield table, select ISHB 350 at 661.2 Newton per meter. So I have selected ISHB 350 at 661.2. So for that area is 8591. The area is 8591 mm square, and RXX is 149.3 mm and RYY is 53.4 mm. So therefore RYY is 53.4 mm. Okay, 53.4 mm. That is R minimum. RYY is R minimum. So now cylindricity ratio lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. So KL is, it is directly given as effective length, so directly 5000 divided by R minimum is 53.4. So we will get it as 93.63. Check. .63. Okay, lambda. Then we have to find out the buckling class now. Okay, buckling class. So for buckling class, again what you have to do, you have to follow the same procedure what I did in previous problem. Okay, so for buckling class, H by BF, so H is 350 because you are selecting H is 350. The breadth of flange we have to check, H by BF for breadth of flange is 250. Okay, so H by BF is 350 by 250, which is 1.4. Then the thickness of flange is 11.6. Okay, so now again you have to refer IS 800 for buckling class. You have to go back to table number 10. Okay, so here if you check, okay, so by referring to the table number 10. So we got buckling class is equal to B. So we got buckling class is equal to B. Okay, so here we have not got B, we have got B here. In the previous problem we had got C. So here we have got the buckling class is equal to B. Okay. Then again you have to go back to the now by referring table 9B, because it is buckling class B, so you have to refer 9B. We got FCD is equal to 128.19 Newton per mm square. We got FCD is equal to 128.19 Newton per mm square. Okay. So therefore P is equal to FCD into area, so area into FCD. Okay. So we got area is 8591 into FCD is 128.19, so we will get as 1101.21 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, or 1101.28 kilonewton, which is again more than 1050 kilonewton. So again it is safe in load carrying capacity. Okay. So our section, what we have selected, it is selected it is safe to carry a load of 1050 kilonewton. Okay. So this is regarding today's session. Okay. So while selecting a section, you select area higher side, so ultimately it will carry the load, so that it will be safe to carry the design compressive load. Okay, thank you.